What's up, you guys? Wow. I can't believe this is like our fourth live stream of the month and our last branding live stream. Like, we did it, Joe. Look at us, y'all. What's going on? I'm so excited. Who's on break at work and got to keep me on mute? Raise your hand.
Not on break, but I work from home. So I'm working and listening at the same time.
I feel it. I feel it. It's okay. It's okay. Kesh, what is up? I'm so happy that we are going like on Friday. We're gonna finally get to have our one-on-one. Like, I can't believe this week I'm still meeting some of you guys for the first time, and we're like a month into like this thing, but I see you guys. I feel like I know so many of you guys already. So it's just so funny. This week I had my first one-on-one with Netter Bess. And I've seen him like in the Discord and stuff like that, but I was so happy to be able to see him. So yes, looking forward to meeting you, Kesh. But yeah, you guys, we are in the last branding workshop or live, I don't know what to call these, live webinars. Like, this is different than just a live stream. Y'all are really coming to class and learning things here. So I am excited to talk to you guys about branding and monetization, because this isn't something that you should rush towards. Like, you definitely have to discover who you are as an artist and all of that. But once you start discovering your community, and once you start engaging with your community, and once you are ready to start making them offers, I don't want you guys to be like, I cannot have production of like 100 hoodies or 100 sweatpants or 100 vinyls. Like, there's no place for me to have that in my house. I can't be a distribution center. Like, I'm not ready to do merch, because it's like, baby, there's so many things we can do before we get all the way to like full blown, concert merch. So it's all about starting small and growing as you continue to grow. So it's not about having our goals be what we see major artists do and what we know major artists do, but it is starting small and growing from there. So we're teaching you, I'm teaching you how to leverage your brand identity, and really these branding guidelines that we have put together to build revenue streams that align with your fan base and that align with your values. So before we get started, how has this month been? I want to hear back from you guys. I want some live feedback if anybody is able to unmute and talk to me.
I was just gonna say, it's been, I feel like, well, I was a little bit lost from the last meeting, what like the homework was, if we
Hmm.
had homework. But with like just like going back to like just planning like our with our vision board and everything, I think that that's been helpful. Just like, and then I haven't done the goal worksheet like for like the, I guess I forget what it was like 3, 6, the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. But I think that's going to be really helpful for me personally. I just need like a worksheet. I need to write everything down. I need the
Right.
whole. So I think I'm just like in the process of getting it done. And I don't know, it feels good. It feels good to like even take those little baby steps.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear that you have a little bit more structure, a little bit more guidance. And so it's making it easier for you as opposed to when you were out here on your own, just trying to figure it out, you know? Um, but so last week we went over like action planning. And so what I really wanted to hear from you guys was like, what your fan journey and stuff would be. But I hear you. I feel like I wanted a lot of different things from you guys. Be like, what's one thing you can start on? What's this? What's that? So I'll be a lot more clear about this. But at the end of the day, you guys have pretty much walked through my entire new branding guide. And so the replays are available for you in, in a course setup so that if you forget something, you can work through it. The only one we don't have a replay for is that one where I had to like do a Discord live stream. So that one the replay is like a 10-minute video. It's not as in depth, but that's the whole thing about having a membership to Inner Circle Insiders is that you have access to that at any time so that you can work through it on your own pace and everything. So last week was kind of confusing because I did try to do I feel like I tried to do too many things in one seminar. So I tried to do like how we can implement this stuff and how you can make an action plan and like all of that. But yeah, it's just kind of hard to like work through every phase in 4 weeks. But I'm learning, so only gonna get better from here. And next month, I'm really excited about teaching you guys how to apply the stuff that we have learned in branding and actually make content from it. Because I think that's something that a lot of music artists struggle with, even major music artists who are like signed to labels. Like if you see what's going on with Meg the Stallion, where she had, I guess, a disappointing first week in streaming numbers, like her single only got 300 and something thousand streams. And it's like, girl, I didn't even know you were releasing a single. And I'm a Meg the Stallion fan and I follow you and stuff. So it's like, if you aren't mixing it up, if you're not learning and adapting and just doing what worked before, it doesn't matter what stage of your artistry you're in, you always have to kind of like learn what is working and keep your ear to the ground, because you can't just trust the people who are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars to do it for you. You always have to be your own boss. Your team and your label is only going to ever work as hard as you make them. You are always the CEO and you are always the boss and the president of your brand and your company, which is you. So, all right, let's continuing on the boss wave. Let's get into focusing on the mindset shift of your brand isn't just something that you show, it's something that you sell as well, but not in a gimmicky, like weird way, but in like a legacy building way. So by the end of this session, I want you guys to have like 1 to 2 monetization ideas that align with your brand and feel authentic to your fan journey. That's my goal for this live stream. Alrighty, so let's start with the reframe. So your brand is a monetizable asset. Your branding is the foundation of, the foundation of monetization. It's not a separate thing. So, great examples of that. And now I'm going to share my screen with you guys. One sec. Okay, so great example of that is Steve Lacy. This is from his last project, which is Gemini Rights. Oh, hold on. Wait, let me just share the screen. I don't want to be on screen as I'm sharing it. Give me 1 second. Clicked the wrong option. Oh, and we got someone that I needed to admit, so that was good because I would not have been able to see that. Okay, let's just do normal share my whole screen. Boom. So this is a really great example of how branding is the foundation for your monetization. So we were talking about we've talked about Steve Lacy a lot because Steve Lacy's branding is so good. So going back to his last album that was the breakout hit for him, Gemini Rights, this is the website. When you go to it's stevelacys.com. And then when you go and click on shop to actually get his merch, all of this is sold out, but all of this is branded to the Gemini Rights album. So this is the Gemini Rights like actual album cover. And then as you guys can see, that icon, the imagery with the horns, the rock star aesthetic, all of that is a part of it. I told you guys how on tour he was wearing, the white shirt with the black tie and some art on that. He even has that in merch. He has like the front and the back as you hover over so that you guys can see what it looks like very much going in. Um Another great example of merch that is a brand aligned offer is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artist No Name, but No Name's book club is a really great community building thing, right? Like, yes, there's ways for you to support her by subscribing to, No Name's Patreon and stuff, but this is really for the community. She wants us to be reading, right? Like, so that is why there's things like the Radical Hood Library, how you can join the club and all of that. Because if you follow No Name, you know that she has recently not really been in the forefront for her music as much as her advocacy. Because when she started to make money from being a music artist, I don't know, I think there was like some sort of shift in her where she was like, this feels I don't know. But she has been called to use her platform for good. And so her wanting to educate her community and her wanting, more in a pro-black way. She wants, us to be happy and excited about reading, honestly. So we can see that right here through her book club. And then another great form of branding is SZA. SZA has limited drops. Right now, SZA is on tour. This Lana, look, SOS isn't like the fact that it's like a 40-song album because she released a deluxe, which is basically a whole nother album, tied it onto there. She's really just compounding her streams. But everything, this is not what merch looked like for the first SOS drop. The first SOS drop, yes, it was nature, yes, it was earthy, but it was ocean, it was blue jerseys and things like that. This has more of that bug aesthetic that she has. And just in case you thought it was an alien like I did, like if you if you dive into the world, it's like, okay, no, this is actually a bug. She's trying to be a bug, not an alien. But the new SOS jerseys. It's like a mesh vest, having like the camo, having the bugs. She's on the Grand National Tour, so you can get tour merch. Not Today, Satan. That's the name of one of her songs. Like having that hat and all of that, like all of these things, right? Very branded, very them. So you want to align your monetization with your brand pillars and with a fan need, right? Um, SZA obviously is a fucking pop icon, so she has like unlimited access to get all of these different forms of merch made. But even at that big stage, looking at how she's still doing offers for physicals of her music because we're not going to get into that, but you get more money from when you sell physical versions of your music than digital versions. So um so yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But even knowing that and then having like box sets, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm the kind of person where it's like, I'm not paying $80 for a fucking sweatshirt. But I will pay $80 for maybe a sweatshirt and the live bugs. That's crazy. Live bugs, SZA? Live bugs, bitch. Why are you sending me live bugs? That's insane. But that's a part of her. That's a part of her rollout and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do it, do it. Stand 10 toes, be about it. So yeah, very creative, very branded, very in there. So love to see that. That's for you, SZA. That's not for me, right? So I want you guys to think, what does your fan come to you for beyond the music? And so that is something that you can think about, like reflecting on the brand identity worksheets that we have done, the brand story worksheets that we have done. This, of course, if you don't have an established fan base or anything, then they don't come for you for shit yet, right? We're manifesting, okay? We are we are in our manifest bag. So your ideal fan base, what would they come to you for beyond the music? Is it, are you someone who makes them feel emotionally connected? So would you sell journals so that people could, tap into their emotions more? Are you like a fucking vibe? Are you going to be selling like lighters and ashtrays because you're 420 friendly? Are you like a are did the clubs raise you? Are you in the streets? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not in the clubs anymore. What's some club stuff? Glow sticks. I'm so I don't know what y'all need in the club. Y'all need whistles, y'all, whatever, right? That's not my brand. Look, that's not my calling. So I don't know what y'all need if you are in the clubs. But that's the kind of stuff that I want you guys to be thinking about is okay, for my brand, like what would this look like and what would my fans come to me for and need from me to enjoy the world that I'm creating for them. So, something that I do want to hear from you guys on is what emotion or experience are you consistently delivering and how can you package that? So, think about your music. Most of you have created music, most of whether it's released or not. Think about the emotion or the experience that you're constantly delivering through your music and how could you package that? Any ideas, any thoughts? Anyone able to unmute?
Yeah, it was interesting you mentioned lighters because that is actually something I'm trying to cook up right now. I'm trying to figure like, is it messages? Because like I find that when I speak and encourage people, those tend to be like my highest performing videos and stuff. So I'm thinking like some motivational lighters, like keep your energy high kind of vibe.
Yeah, I like that. So lighters can be a little difficult because of shipping. So something that you could look into is matchbooks, because matchbooks are like they're cute, they're vintage, and like you could ship that without it being a hazard because it doesn't have like the lighter fluid in there. So
Fact.
other things too, like for you, because me and you, we've had our one-on-one call, so I know what you look like, I know what the vibe of your brand is. Some stuff that could be super on brand for you is like a incense holder. If you were to do a collaboration with someone in the Bay Area that makes their own candles or something like that, and you can get a special like honey gold jasmine, candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. You could even go to like a wholesaler that has like abalone shells because if you really with the shit, if you got the sage and the palo santo, you also have the abalone shell
Yeah.
as like the ashtray. So it's like it could be something like that with a little honey gold jasmine, like logo or something on there. Like there's so much that you could do. So it's a but see, that's how it's like, okay, people who are motivated by me and people who like the honey gold jasmine brand will also like, X,
Right.
Y, and Z.
That's hella inspiring. Thank you, especially the abalone shell, because my grandma, for some reason, she had a heck of them in her backyard. And like, yeah, my name is also has a whole backstory of like it being connected to my ancestors and stuff like that. So dang, you just inspire me. You didn't even know the abalone shell connection, but you knew. Yeah,
Good.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Look, I am true to this. I am not new to this. If I know you, if I know your brand, if I, you know what I'm saying, but it's really about you knowing who you are as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, me and you have one 30-minute call and I already know who you are, what your vibe is, and that's why I was instantly able to like recommend merch because
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what your following is and what the people who like you would like. So, yeah, very cool. But anybody else? Anybody else have any other ideas? Again, the prompt was what emotion or experience are you constantly delivering through your music? And how could you package that? Like, what would you sell? Nada. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So, next, let's talk about merch that's meaningful. So, like I was telling you, a lot of people, when they think of merch, they think of like what I just showed you on SZA's website, where it's like vinyls and toads and like this bitch is sending bugs. Like, y'all, I can't get over the bugs. I was that was that was like I looked at this website earlier, but like I did not notice that she was sending live bugs. Like that's fucking crazy. But she's SZA. She's an international icon. She can do that. But what people don't think of is like grassroots things, like starting a book club or doing, low cost intro things where you don't have to have a lot of upfront costs, but you can do it. So you can do a digital zine. You can do, if you are doing live shows, you can also have people take Polaroids with you for like $10 and they can get signed Polaroids. You can do phone wallpapers if you have like a logo or an icon or some kind of imagery and you can make it look cool. It doesn't just have to be your name. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be, and that's the thing, you could have different logos that represent different albums. Like I said, SOS, the first one, as opposed to the Lana Deluxe, completely different branding, but still the same artist, still very SZA centered, right? So it's like you can have a logo that changes as you do. So never feel like you're confined or stuck in a box. But if you don't know what I meant by like a digital zine, I want to share my screen again and show you guys an example. So this is like a little zine. So this is something that is a physical one, but a digital one, think of it like a small pamphlet or something. And it is something where it's like, it's not a full-blown magazine, but you're talking about something very niche and specific in like a quick, 8 to 10 run through. So these are different kinds of examples. This is like an artsy one. This is a how to not be bitter. So this is like a funny, like comic graphic one. This one is, meaningful music. So discussion of mental illness, bullying, all of that. That's very impactful to me, especially in the music industry, because y'all are artists and you're sensitive about your shit. And if the wrong person says the wrong thing to you, it can like hold you back from living in your purpose and doing what you have been called to do because, someone messed with you. So yeah, mental health and music is definitely a big one for me. But yeah, lifestyle 70 acts of self-care. You see how it's like you can make these about anything. They don't just have to be about you and your music and the songs. It's like, what do you care about? What do you stand for? What do you go hard for? And what do you feel like your community would also connect and align on, So when thinking about merch, it's going to be quality over quantity. You do not have to do these big purchases of, 250 t-shirts and all of that because you got an opening slot on a tour. Because look, baby, even if you are seeing 250 to 500 people a night, you're not selling out the merch. Like it's not you like, so once the tour is over, what are you gonna do with all of this stuff? Or, let's say you get a really good deal. And so you're like, I want a vinyl. And it's like, okay. So then you look into it and you have to buy like 500 vinyls or something like that. And you're like, oh, it's worth it. I'll be able to sell these. But if you're not, what are you going to do with all of that? And also, how are you going to handle the shipping? And managing all of the sales, like we're still trying to promote, we're still trying to create and post content consistently, like we're not becoming a whole merch wholesaler. So start with quality over quantity. Start small with limited runs that feel intentional, that are about a specific single of yours, or that are about just kind of like galvanizing the community that you have created who want to support you and giving them a way that they can support you outside of just listening to your music or watching your content, because that's you see how much influencers make when, like off of videos. It's like cents for millions of views. Same thing for streaming, right? that is not going to support you. What you have to think of meaningful ways that you can support yourself. So let's brainstorm merch ideas from your visual identity or your song. So a lot of you guys did not have any ideas for me. So I am going to pick who can talk, who's able to talk. Let's see.
And
Um, yes, my girl. So
I
me
can talk
and
to.
you can talk, love it. Okay, so Yasmin, let's brainstorm together. Um, if your brand was a thrift store find, what would it be?
So I was kind of thinking because I feel like I'm focused on like empowerment and like I'm also I feel like this I don't I wanted to talk about that too or ask you about like the brand pillars because I feel like one of my brand pillars would be like health like motivated. So I want to do maybe like I don't know if it's too much doing like athletic wear or like athletic sets or like something like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe like tracking your workout journal or like something like that.
Mhm. So there's different things you can do. Things that are probably going to be a lower cost would be like maybe water bottles. Um,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
something like that where it's like that is a workout accessory that is not apparel. Apparel is kind of expensive to
Okay.
get made as opposed to things that are like just physical and easy. Um
Hmm.
and you can also if you do partner with the right distributor, it can be like a what is it called when it's like on demand where it's like
So
you
like drop ship or
drop shipping, right? Where it's like they don't
yeah.
make it until you order it type stuff so that you don't have a whole bunch of
Hmm.
stuff made. You know what I'm saying? So yes, drop shipping definitely a thing. So having water bottles, having maybe like a how to get back on track because that's the thing
Yeah.
is like a lot of us have great intentions, but we don't know how to meal plan. We don't know. And so it's like starting and building or doing like a 30-day workout challenge and like having the different, ideas of what they can do so that they just don't have to think about it. So you're really like providing a service for sure. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what do you think are some things that your fans would actually want to display, and like use if you were to create them and they would be associated with health and fitness?
I mean, yeah, I feel like the water bottles was like a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, people like to decorate their water like stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, but that's not really going in a different direction. That's a hard one actually.
Yeah, you just got to think about it. Health and wellness, though, there's so many things. There's sweatbands, there's
I was
hair
gonna say bag,
ties,
yeah,
there's,
back little backpacks. Would those be like, are those also kind of like pricier items, like little backpacks, kind of like, when you're
well, maybe fanny packs.
fanny packs?
Or be a
Yeah.
cheaper version. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's it's not so much of, how expensive or whatever, because you'll look into it and you'll be able to see, but it's more so thinking about like, okay, what are some like if I create upbeat hip hop music that people can work out to, and if health and fitness is one of my like, core values and something that I want to promote within my community, then what
Hmm.
are some things, so it's like it could be one of those armbands that holds your phone, holds a little
Mm-hmm.
dog. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yes. Yeah.
you could really figure out the things. Partnering with someone who creates like yoga mats or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then even
Yes.
having like IRL experiences that are like workouts, partnering with someone who, hosts class and stuff like that, and them playing your music like in the mix, like as a part of the workout mix. So it's like
Mm,
it can be an event, celebrating the release of your EP, and the event is like this workout class. Like,
I love that. Yeah, that's a really good one. Hmm.
stick with me, kid. I'll hook you up.
Yes.
I don't know, y'all. I that like, bruh, I'd be shocked myself because those are some good ideas. Like, I really just thought of those on the fly. Like, how fun. Um, but okay, yeah, that's good. So I hope that that kind
Yeah.
of inspires you guys. I only have time to work with one person, but I mean, only Yasmin and Honey Gold Jasmine, I think, are able to even talk. So I don't
I know,
think
I'm
anyone.
like, my bad. I don't want to hog the hog the floor.
No, it's all good. Oh, Anna Victoria, did you want to jump in? Any ideas? I know you're newer to our community. You just joined, I think, like the 21st or so. So like last week was your first stream with us. Oh, maybe not. It says that you're unmuted. Kaylee, what about you? It says you're unmuted too.
Yeah, I wrote some stuff down.
Share away.
So so yeah, I was thinking because I'm an artist too, so I could like maybe cook up a comic and like have it mass produced and like it could be about like personal growth or like a love story.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And if
Or
you're an
like
artist, bruh, that means you can like create your own stickers. You can create your like, and that's something that you could do a digital comic strip like on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even people might discover you for your comic strip and then discover that you're a music artist. So it's like people have multiple reasons to support you for sure.
yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
And you know those like little resin like see-through boxes with the water inside and it has like a little trinket and it like floats. You know what I'm talking
That's
about? Like those little
like
things.
acrylic, like it's like it's not a snow globe, but it's like acrylic and it has water inside and like there's stuff that floats.
Yeah, I could put like a surfer in there or something.
That's fire. We keeping it wavy. I like it. Very on brand. Um, what? So anime lovers. I'm trying to think. I'm like, what are some things that anime lovers like love besides you doing like a comic strip or something like that? I think you would definitely benefit from having your own Discord community once you get to that point because a lot of people who like anime are also gamers, so they're probably already on Discord, so it's like an easier place for you guys to all connect. Um,
Mm. I
hmm,
could even draw on like skateboards too. And they could hang it
that
up.
That's fire. Like doing custom art. I know for me, like I'm a crocheter, so I did have like a merch idea of like making hats for people. But then I was like, bitch, when are you crocheting these hats? You run a whole company, like you don't have time. But yes, that is definitely a form of art. Oh my gosh, you could create like those patches that you can like stitch onto things. Like that could be a thing too. You having like wavy patches.
Oh, that's
Um
crazy because that's a military thing too.
Oh yeah, come on,
That's
military.
crazy.
Yes, that and like also pins, like little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff with your original artwork on it that is low cost for you to make, but it feels niche. It feels cool. Like I'm like, hold on. I think I have a pin on my goddamn. But yeah, pins like this. I got that
Yeah,
from
that's dope.
thing. But yeah, having little pins like that, flare patches that people could sew on. And for you, I feel like bucket hats are like very on brand.
Yo, that's crazy. That was middle school vibes.
But you're wavy,
I had
like,
a bucket hat for every day of the week.
oh my gosh, look clocking you without even knowing.
That's insane.
1 second, hold on. My whole shit fell down because I moved my backpack. Have a sensitive computer area. But yeah, that's dope. So those are really, really great ideas for like something that your fans would actually wear and would want to display. And if you are selling hats and then you're also selling pins and patches, that's different ways for them to decorate their hats, you know? So hella cool, hella on brand, very wavy, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. All right, y'all. That was fun. Let's go from this to so that was merch that feels meaningful. Let's go into partnerships and sponsorships. So, what makes you partnerable? What makes you partnerable is you knowing who you are. So, having a clear brand identity, having things that like fit into your natural life. So, if let's say Kay the Wave wants to start selling bucket hats or something like that. in her content, she will wear those, right? Like that would be her thing. So wearing those naturally, if she starts to go up and people who create bucket hats see that she always wears bucket hats in her video, they would organically reach out and they would be like, hey, would you want to wear this bucket hat? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that is alignment. But you have to have a clear brand identity. You have to consistently be posting to get that audience trust, where it doesn't feel gimmicky, where it doesn't feel like, oh, she always shows a wine glass in her thing because she has a partnership with Stella Rosa, like, or because she wants that. So I know you guys aren't on that level yet, but these are the kinds of things that make you partnerable, that make you undeniable. If you are naturally mentioning a brand in your song, like, only God and Julio can save me, and you're tagging Don Julio like in your content consistently, then that's like brand alignment. Like if they're gonna look at you and be like, oh, like, okay, see you. But that also, it comes with the consistency. It comes with you posting on a regular basis and everything. You can't just do it out of nowhere or post about them once and be like, why didn't anything happen? It's because you have to do you have to have consistent messaging, because that is what is going to build the audience trust. And that is what's going to differentiate it from looking gimmicky and opportunistic to it being in brand alignment and who you actually are. So the types of partnerships that exist are local businesses. I mentioned that for a couple of you guys when we were talking about brand ideas, because partnering with local businesses is mutually beneficial. If you have a connection with your fan base, doesn't matter if you have 900 followers. If all 900 people pull up, or if those kinds of people are like actually engaging, and like when you mention something, they're running out to buy it, that is beneficial for local businesses. A lot of local businesses, y'all, they do not have time to market themselves. They're too busy running the business. So someone who is consistently posting content and who has built a brand for themselves and an audience for themselves, coming to them and saying, I would like to partner with you to do an exclusive drop. You can keep this amount of money. I will have this amount of money. It's a mutually beneficial partnership. Other things, lifestyle brand. So if you're in health and wellness, lifestyle brands would be, athletic wear, yoga mats, water bottles, and those kinds of workout accessories, partnering with gyms, things like that. If you are into if you're into the ocean, if you're into like being wavy and swimming, then that's surfboards, skateboards, bucket hats, beach towels, swimsuits, like so many different things. Um, and then if you are into, let's say you are motivational and very much into people being tapped into their emotional, their emotions and their well-being, brands that align with that are going to be like the Calm app, or those kinds of brands that are kind of mental health, like types of brands. They're going to be in alignment with you and what you stand for. Music gear, if you have a fucking setup, like, and you use a Shure mic or you use a Blue mic or whatever, showing those brand logos in your videos and stuff like that, natural brand alignment. If you're a musician and you have, certain types of guitars, gear, those kinds of things, showing that in your merch, in your live performances, natural brand alignment. In ways that you can get sponsorships, right? Where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going on tour. I don't have enough money to like rent all of this gear, but so, a brand saw you and is like, oh, we would love to cover the rental fees for you because we believe in you as an artist. We would love to gift this to you. Just make 10 videos talking about how great it is. Like, mutually beneficial partnership. And of course, there's always like fashion, there's always tech and all of those things. So tech, think about like apps like Uber Eats, or just something like that. Those are more so the tech partnerships that I see. Um, so always lead with alignment, not just numbers. It's not, yeah, I stream in the millions and I have hundreds of thousands of followers, and I like, if you are pitching yourself for a brand partnership or for a sponsorship, they want to know why, like why you guys are in alignment with each other, why you would be a good representation of their brand, right? So always lead with the alignment of, I am a X, Y, and Z artist, and I am constantly talking about da 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 or using your things in my videos, blah blah blah. So you can mention the numbers. You can be like, here's links to multiple of my videos that have over 50,000 streams where I am wearing your brand. I think that we could, really partner together in a great way, would be open to learning more, blah, blah, blah. So what kinds of brands or businesses already reflect your vibe? You guys can say that in the chat, or you guys can unmute. Oh, Kesh, I missed some of your stuff in the chat. So art and photo prints, photo and lit zines. I don't know what lit zines is. Oh, literature. Sorry. These are things I make currently. Okay, Kesh, come on. Pins, I design pins. If you are designing pins, y'all need to partner up so that Kesh can help you get your merch made. um Reem, that's the bar. I don't know what I said, but thank you, friend. All right, guys. So, any brands or businesses that already reflect your vibe? Anyone? Anyone? Businesses that would reflect my vibe that are also in the indie music space are probably going to be like distributors. So, it would be like United Masters, um, let's see, who else distributes music? Empire is an independent distributor, kind of, but they're still kind of like a label. That's my thing. A lot of indie distributors have now become like indie labels. So it's like AWA, The Orchard, all of them. They used to be those. Primitive. I don't know what that is. Is that a fashion brand? DreamCon. They are my dream collab slash partner. What is that? What's DreamCon? Oh my gosh, these sound really cool. Reem, I never thought this far. It's okay. It's okay if you never thought this far. We're thinking about it now, but it definitely gives you something to think about. Maybe Nike, Adidas. So those good things to think about. They do brand partnerships, and we've seen them partner with brands, but are there any smaller athletic brands that might be, more open? Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like Yitty, what's the one who partners with people all the time? um Fuck, they just did a partnership with like Khloe Kardashian, and they've done one with like Kevin Hart. They've done one with like Kate Hudson. Um, but I would think of, because Nike and Adidas are like huge brands, and not saying that it's not possible, because they do influencer partnerships, but hmm. Oh, it's an anime convention by Black folks. What? I need to tell this to my husband. He's trying to get me to go to Evo in August. I'm like, a Black anime convention sounds amazing. Wait, is DreamCon with like with Mark in them? RDC World. Yes. Yeah, I know them. I was at this like NBA influencer house with them. Nice people. Nice people. Um Hold on 1 second. My Apple Watch is dying. Give me 1 second. Oh, and by the way, when I was in the influencer house, it was for Dreezy. I was not the influencer. This is still when I worked in corporate music. All right, my bad, y'all. But great. Okay. Sorry, looking in the chat. I use Presonus Studio for my home studio, so that would be a dope collab. Nice. I like it. I like it. Wait, did I miss one? Fashion slash skate. They do limited drops on anime skateboard art. Oh, that is super intentional. I love that. That's hell of in alignment with what you want to do. Okay, so we saw the personas. I'm bringing that vibe to the Bay. I'm doing Black Day next weekend. Oh my gosh, hit me up. Let me know the details about that. I might be able to pull up since I live here. Brandon Blackwood, similar heritage. Oh my gosh, love Brandon Blackwood. I've actually visited their headquarters in New York when I was managing Zaya Bell, and they gifted her like a little bag. So has a nonprofit foundation. Oh my gosh, love this. You guys, these are really great brands and businesses that reflect your vibe. I like this. I like this. And I love that you guys are sharing like what your dream partner would be. Um, so yeah, these are great places to get started. Add this to your mood board if it's not on there already. The mood board is becoming a vision board at this point. It's like, this is my manifestation board. I love that for us. Alrighty. So the last thing I want to cover, and then we will close out, is premium content and community offers. This is something that I think a lot of people don't think about, but it's also a new thing. And I think a lot of people think of this as like kind of cringy, like people who have Patreons and who use that as a way for others to as a way for others to support them or kind of like be their own label, and just like being open about it and being like, hey, if you love my music and you would like to hear more, please subscribe to my Patreon X, Y, and Z. So, but it's not. Honestly, exclusive content that equals connection and conversion. And so you can have the biggest platform in the world, but now since we have so many choices of music and since so many people make music, like connection and conversion is more important than like just having mass visibility, because you can have, like we've said, you can go viral, you can have millions of followers. That does not mean that you have millions of fans. That does not mean that you have supporters that will buy a ticket to your show, stream your music, buy your merch, all of that. We know that that comes from connection, and then you're able to do conversion. So great ideas for premium content and community offers that you can give are private live streams. If you start, I mean, look at what I'm doing right now. If you start consistently going live, and if you build a demand, and if you build an audience, you can start having your own live streams. The live streams that you guys would do are, of course, different than mine. You guys would have more so private concerts. You could have freestyle Fridays. They can make a song with you if you guys are producers, and you go live and show people like your timeline and like the whole process and everything, and become really popular from that, generate a demand. Then and that's the thing, the streaming fee for Patreon or whatever, it could be $2.99. It does not have to be crazy, right? But it's just like having 100 people pay that, having 500 people pay that, it starts to compound. And then now you have more money to reinvest in your music, in studio time, in merch, and other things like that. You can also have like digital fan clubs. You can have Discord only content. There's a lot of things that you can do and you can supply online to really build a demand. So don't think like paywall, like, oh, they could get this for free. Like, why would they pay me for it? If you are showing up, if you are making yourself undeniable, they are paying for the VIP experience, right? So what I want you guys to think is, what could you offer that would make fans feel like an insider? Hmm. Any thoughts? Any ideas? Or if someone paid you $20 a month, what could you offer to make that worth it?
Mm.
I feel like this is where I struggle,
Mm.
honestly, like thinking through this, because like as a person that does so many things, um, I don't like I want to keep it very music centered, and I think that's been my kind of like I have certain things going for me already. Like, okay, an event, yeah, cool, come to the event, hear my music, all that. I can sell tickets, da 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 da. But then it's like, how do I bring people deeper into my music specifically. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. That was like such a non-answer, but
Okay. So what is your music about? What are you talking about in your music?
honestly, I'm in this new era where I'm also ironing this out. But what it's been for the last year or so has like I'll mix together sort of this like goddess take no shit attitude with like a happy approach to it. Like it's not like a, oh, I'm gonna slap you and I'm gonna beat you up, but it's more like I'm standing in my boundaries, I'm happy, I'm joyful, but also like let's play this video game over here, let's like reference this show, this anime. Like I've been also getting into reviewing shows and movies and things like that, because like I feel like that's the more I am me, the more that it's also been attracting people. So I think I'm trying to find like what is that exclusive experience that still is centered on my art and doesn't veer into like, oh, let me give you all these tips about how to write grants. And maybe that's a part of it, but like
Mm.
I think that's been my struggle, is like I don't want to bring like the academic um kind of business side into like bleeding into the personal thing that people will pay for.
Yeah. Well, for you to keep it music centered and about your music, it's possible to do. But for me, it just feels like you are having a hard time niching down. Like you're having a hard time. And it's not because you can't do all of things. Like, girl, you could do live streams playing video games with your music in the background, promoting your music. You can do anime reviews where you are talking about like episodes that came out every week and talk, and like spoiler alert and talking about what you like. You can also do like motivational posts that are about the things that you are into. So whether it's like setting your boundaries or being a boss, that relates to your music. If that's what you're talking about in your music, showing people how to do that, right? And then linking it back to your music. So it's like for you to be a music brand, you have to tie everything back to your music. And there are ways to do it while still tying in your genuine interests. So that's the main thing, is that instead of it just when you do one thing, it doesn't have to be separate from the other, right? So it's like you can like anime, you can like, video or be streaming video games. You can do all of these things that you naturally do, but it needs to be linked back to your music. If one of your streams goes live and if the replay doesn't have like a mention of your music or that you're a music artist, and then I come to your page, like, am I going to be able to tell that you make music? Like, are there like pins for your latest releases at the top? Does your bio say like, I am, or welcome to Honey Gold Jasmine's world where blah, blah, blah meets blah, blah, blah. So it's like, it's kind of just really getting specific. So it's not impossible, but everything that you do does need to tie to like the fact that you're a music artist. And right now, if you're more of a brand and a person, then that the reason why it's not converting to the music is because it doesn't all tie to it. So definitely, if you want to have a one-on-one mentorship session, we can work on that for sure. Because that is, like I said, you're so well branded and you have a connect. The fact that you could get people to show up for you in real life, girl, like I really don't want to take that away from you, because there's people with millions of followers who can't get people to show up. So it's like you obviously are very good at galvanizing your community. You need to do it in an intentional way that ties back to your music. But of course, I can't tell you how to do that in 10 minutes on a group call, but it's very possible. You have the ingredients. You just got to switch up the recipe, okay?
Oh, thank you. Even that was so helpful, because the common denominator I heard was like streaming, right? Like I could do all the things. Yeah.
All the all of the things. So I see you, Reem, doing a Patreon, having a live Q&A, people voting for what cities the concert will be in, giving early access to merch and tickets. Very great. I know that you said you and your boys have already been on tour and you've done shows before. So you know that there's people there. And so, yes, that is definitely giving them a VIP experience. Yasmin, I think for me, maybe like live workouts, that could be really great too. Something consistent, right? Something that consistently eats, and taking people on the journey with you. So, but before you get to that, definitely want to release music consistently first so that you are, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to do all of the things at the same time. So you can definitely grow to this, but doing live workouts, or even answering questions that people have about their meal plans, about health and fitness. You can review different protein shakes. You can review different pre-workouts, say what works, what doesn't work, what's good for you, what healthy alternatives are, whatever you want to do. You can give people like green juice recipes or different things like that. Totally, totally right. It's all of those things. So, yeah, doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be all. Um, so yeah, these are really great, guys. This is really fire. Before I head out, I want to share this with you because I think some of y'all might be skipping the homework, which is, it's up to you. Wait, which screen? Okay. I'm like, which screen did I share? Hold on. So this is the branding monetization worksheet. Okay. So you can define different revenue streams as like whether it's something you can do immediately or not. What aligns with you as an artist? Your audience and offer alignment. What does your ideal fan love about you? Unique value. How do you currently engage with your audience to understand their needs and interests? If people are commenting on your shit and all you're saying is thank you and dropping emojis, you don't know shit about your audience. You're not engaging with them. So you don't know what you could offer them because you have made social media a one-way street where you post and you want people to love you, but you are not interested in getting to know these people. And so you can't grow a community that way. It has to be a two-way street, y'all. Um, Product and service development, thinking about the products or services that align with your brand. How could you package these offerings, right? Packaging is something cool as well to think about. Marketing and promotion strategy. So outside of just social media content, because that's what everybody just thinks marketing is, and it's not, it's so much more. There's also email marketing. We talked about partnering with local brands and also with influencers if there is alignment and if you have a budget for it. Paid advertising. This could be you running ads on content like you're posting an asset, working out in your new gear, and it, does really well. Then you can do paid ads on that, promoting it and giving them a way to buy what you have in there. So all really great things to think about. Also, like what platforms would you use to sell merch? This is stuff for you guys to research and ideate to really get the wheels turning so that when it is time for you to monetize your brand, you actually know how. So, yeah, this has been fun. What are you guys excited to build with your community and not just sell to them? I'm like, let me see in the comments. Cooking with Kay. Ooh, I like that. I like it. Are you cooking up beats or are you cooking up food? What are we cooking? All right, y'all. We are getting close to 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna close it out. But just to recap, branding, this is why branding is important. If you didn't understand what branding was before this month, this is why knowing your brand identity, knowing your brand story, knowing your visual archetypes, putting them together in guidelines is so important because if you learn your brand, then you learn yourself, right? And once you are able to lock in on your branding, you're able to apply that to so many other avenues than just content creation. But that's what we're going to focus on next month in the month of May, which is literally fucking tomorrow. Like today is April 30th. Insane. It's almost May already. So I will update the Inner Circle Insiders. I hope all of you guys are staying with us for another month. But on Monday, I will update what, this month's all of the live streams will be, what you guys, I'll update the vaults so that you guys have new worksheets, new workbook. I think what I'm going to make available to you guys in addition to the worksheets that I'm doing is the 30-day content challenge. I did that. I gave that to people for free earlier this year, and then I put it on sale. But something that I noticed is like I sold like or I have 100 of those out there. I have not seen anybody post or tag me. So I'm like, you guys got the free game and you did not apply it. So hurting me in my soul. But the homework, very simple, very easy, is to just share 2 ideas of, what aligns with your brand and feels authentic to your journey. So 2 monetization ideas. If it is your live stream, if it is your merch, that's all I'm looking for. What would those ideas be? So share that in the tips and challenges thread on Discord, and I will update you guys when it's time to RSVP for our next live. Any questions before I let you guys go? I'm excited to encourage my community to make healthier lifestyle choices. I love that. And I'm excited for next month's content planning. Yes, let's go. Looking forward to creating a fun and safe space for people. Oh, I love this. Healthy, flavorful eats. Oh, that was the cooking with Kay. Sorry, I missed all the comments while I was talking. I'm excited for people to feel a part of something, Reem says. Honey Gold Jasmine, looking forward to building a safe community for spiritual blurs. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, love that. Well, thank you guys all so much. Please stay tapped in, look in the Discord. I will let you guys know when the website has been updated, the content vault has been updated, and as always, I'll let you guys know when the replay is available. But thank you guys all so much for helping my dreams come true. We are officially done with the first month of our Inner Circle Insiders membership community. Like, oh my gosh, this was literally an idea and it really became a whole thing. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. I am more than happy to support you. And if you have any questions, just jump in that Discord. And as always, hit me up to know more. Alrighty. Bye, you guys. I'll see you next week.